What is going up? Up. DestinyDecade and Mets 2128 back. This time we're going to run down who's in this year's G1 Climax 32, which begins this Saturday, July the 16th, and wraps up on Sunday, August the 18th. From Hokkaido to the Budokan, here's who we got. Want me to lay them down?
Yeah, be my guest.
Okay.
Solid.
In the A block, representing Chaos, former IWGP World Heavyweight Champion and defending tournament winner, the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada. Also from Chaos, the Sublime Master Thief, Toru Yano. Making his debut in the tournament, representing New Japan Strongs, which is the American branch of New Japan, Team Filthy, its leader, and MMA icon, Filthy Tom Lawler.
Wow.
Also representing New Japan Strong, from the Australian faction TMDK, the Mighty Don't Kneel, the top dog, Jonah, FKA Bronson Reed from NXT.
That's good
representing
card.
the United Empire, Jeff Cobb, new co-holder of the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, pending on what happens tomorrow night. We'll go over that tomorrow. What happens on Sunday, but we'll go over that tomorrow. From Suzuki-gun, representing AEW, the Murder Hawk Monster, Lance Archer. And from Bullet Club, the Road General, Bad Luck Fale. In the B block, from Chaos, the Stone Pitbull, Tomohiro Ishii, though I would put a question mark around him since he's suffering a knee injury, and as such, he had to be taken out of the All-Atlantic Championship match on Sunday.
That's going to be nuts. It's split into eight people in 4 blocks.
4 blocks, 7 people, which
No, it is 7 people. 28.
Right. And believe me, if I ever showed this to either Mamoru Miyano or Todd Habercorn, if either of them were wrestling fans, they would go kid mode screaming about how asymmetrical this is.
Asymmetrical and weird, because the most it would have to be, it would be around 32. Then why is it called G1 Climax 32 if they're only 28?
I don't know. Maybe to make up for lost time and lack of new entrants the past 2 years because of the border restrictions?
Yeah, there's that. That's true.
Anyway, representing the New Japan home team since getting kicked out of Bullet Club back in March, Tama Tonga. From Los Ingobernables de Japón, Sanada. From Suzuki-gun, Taichi. From the United Empire, the Great Okan. And from Bullet Club, both the new IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, Switchblade Jay White, and Chase Owens.
Wow.
In the C block, the ace of the universe, Hiroshi Tanahashi of the home team. From Chaos, Hiroki Goto. From Los Ingobernables de Japón, Tetsuya Naito. From Suzuki-gun, Zack Sabre Jr. Making his debut and representing the United Empire, Aaron Hanare. Kenta, representing Bullet Club. And representing Bullet Club's House of Torture branch, Evil. Finally, in the D block, from Chaos, Yoshihashi, representing the home team and Strong by Proxy, making his debut, David Finlay Jr., the son of the OG David Finlay we knew from WCW and WWE. IWGP U.S. Heavyweight Champion Will Ospreay, even though he doesn't have physical possession of the belt, that's still in Juice's custody because he won't cough it up.
I know.
And representing Bullet Club, Juice Robinson, making his first appearance in 2 years, making his debut in the tournament, El Phantasmo, who's predominantly a junior heavyweight, and representing the House of Torture, Yujiro Takahashi. I know you've never seen me with this hat on, right?
Nah, this is a first.
I got this in 2016. I've gotten a lot of voice actors on this thing.
Hmm.
Spike Spencer, Lil Karibo, Chuck Huber, Vic Mignogna, Richard Epcar, Kylie Bear, John Young Bosch, Derek Stephen Prince, Lucy Christian, and Cynthia Krantz. Kyle and Cynthia I got last month in Animazement.
Hmm.
Anyway, on paper, I think the A, B, and B blocks are pretty clear cut as to who's going to win them. At least to me.
Interesting.
I mean, let's run down each of the block matches per card. First up, the 16th, July 16th in Sapporo. D block match: Ospreay versus Phantasmo. Who do you got?
I got Ospreay.
Same here, especially since Phantasmo doesn't have that loaded boot anymore. 2020 through all last year, he loaded his boot with a hunk of metal to win matches. C block: Aaron Henare versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. I think that's clear cut. We're going Tanahashi, right?
Yep.
B block: Sonata versus Jay White. That's a toss-up. Who do you got?
That's a really, really difficult one because both are just really, really talented. I'm not gonna lie to you, especially since jeez, I can't even choose. That's hard for me. I'm not gonna lie, this was tough.
I'm going to go based on this history between the two. I'm going to go White.
I pretty much agree.
And A block one, which I think will close out the block action in Sapporo, Okada versus Cobb, a rematch of the B block final from last year's tournament.
Oh dear, my vote's on Okada.
I'll go Okada as well. I think Cobb basically peaked in last year's tournament.
Indeed.
July 17th, also in Hokkaido. We've got Toru Yano against Jonah. This one's tossed up because we know how sneaky Yano is, but if he's not careful, Jonah's going to squash him like a bug. And if you want to make a good impression on the first night out, Jonah's getting the win.
I vote on Jonah.
Tomohiro Ishii versus Taichi.
I vote Taichi.
I'm going Ishii.
I
mean, sure, the two have great chemistry, and they do swap wins and losses. But the thing is, Ishii's been mostly focused on tag team affair and matchups with Gaijins. Taichi has been stuck, on the other hand, in a feud with Shingo over that stupid KOPW trophy. Shingo Takagi versus Juice Robinson.
Takagi versus Juice Robinson. Now that's an interesting fight. My vote's on Robinson.
I'm going Shingo.
I figured you'd be choosing that.
The match that I think is going to close out this night, ZSJ versus Kenta. This is basically clear-cut going to be one of the best technical matches.
Interesting.
And that's what I say of the C block on the whole. It's pretty well balanced. So who do you take in that one, Zach or Kenta?
I vote for Kenta.
I can see that. I'm going to go Zach to see if he can pull off what he couldn't last year. I mean, Kenta basically did him dirty in the tournament last year.
I see.
I mean, had he beat Kenta, he would have had a clear path to the G1 final and fought Okada then, instead of having to go through the New Japan Cup and win that, you get that title shot and lose to Okada anyway.
Wow.
Wednesday, July 20th in Miyagi, which is basically part of Sendai. David Finlay against Yujiro Takahashi. I'm going Finlay.
I go with Finlay, too.
Tama Tonga against Chase Owens. I'm going Tama.
Wow.
I mean, Chase stabbed him in the back, and remember what Tama is all about: loyalty. You double cross him, he's gonna kill you.
Mm-hmm.
You going Tama as well?
Yeah, I'm going Tama.
Hiroki Goto versus Tetsuya Naito. I'm going Naito simply because the last 17, 18, 19, 20, 4 times they faced each other in the tournament, Naito has bested Goto. The only reason it didn't happen last year was because, 1, they were in separate blocks, and 2, Zack tore Naito's meniscus and MCL that basically forced Naito to drop out of the tournament.
Wow.
Who are you going in that one?
Can you repeat what I'm about to contend in this? Can you repeat it?
Sure.
All right. I got to at least make my vote at least.
Yeah, what's your vote? Goto or Naito?
Goto or Naito? Oh my god, that's going to be a tough one. Naito's so kick-ass, while Hiroki Goto, yeah, it's going to be an even match. I'm going with Goto.
I'm going Naito based on the history. Lance Archer against Bad Luck Fale is the Haas fight, in my opinion.
Oh, dear.
My key factor in this is going to be conditioning.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at the physiques, Fale looks like he goes on a very high fat and protein diet, good for short-term energy bursts. I've seen Archer in person, in action last October. He's built like a muscle-bound marathon runner. Sure, he eats a lot of meats, but there's also plenty of vegetables, plenty of legumes in his diet. It's more of a healthy carbohydrate-based one. If the fight goes the full 30 minutes, he's got the fuel to get there, and Fale is going to gas out. So I'm going Archer.
Jeez. Just jeez.
You agree with that?
Yep, I agree.
So you're going Archer.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, Oda City Gymnasium on the 23rd. Okada versus Yano. That's clear cut. Going Okada. Right?
Yeah.
Yoshihashi versus Shingo. I'm going Shingo. Right?
Yep.
ZSJ versus Aaron Hanare. I'm going to go Zach. Again, Aaron's a greenhorn. Despite all the work he's done and joining the United Empire, has helped raise his stock. He's not going to do much against Zach.
I know.
But here's the match I think that headlines this night. Tomohiro Ishii against Jay White. If there's any one wrestler in New Japan that has a plus 500 record against the Switchblade, it's the Stone Pitbull.
Dang. That's big.
And it's on that fact alone that I believe Ishii wins this one. I mean, is he going to get a title shot out of it? Yes. Is he going to win the title? No.
Probably not.
I mean, the highest accolade I've seen Ishii get in his New Japan tenure was him and Yano winning the heavyweight tag titles a few years ago.
Most definitely.
On their second night in the Oda gym. Another Haas fight. Jeff Cobb versus Bad Luck Fale in the A block. I'm going to go Cobb, but I wouldn't be surprised if Fale finds some way to sneak it out.
I vote for Fale.
Sonata against Taichi.
Sonata.
I'll take Taichi.
Fair.
Tanahashi versus Naito. I'm going to go Naito.
Naito as well.
Especially when you consider that Tanahashi's a little further along and further down the card these days than you'd want him to be, despite being a very reliable hand that could hold a title for a brief stint. El Phantasmo against Yujiro. Let me just say, if I'm picking Phantasmo, he's going to need to reload that hunk of metal into his boot.
Indeed.
Especially if Yujiro pulls any of the House of Torture BS we're accustomed to.
Agreed.
July 26th in Corkin Hall. Filthy Tom against Lance Archer.
Tom against Lance Archer, eh? My vote's Archer.
I'm going to go Lawler.
That's fair.
Great O'Khan against Chase Owens. Stomp in favor of O'Khan.
I go O'Khan.
That's what I said.
Indeed.
Kenta against Evil. I really don't want to pick Evil.
I vote for Kenta.
Same here, but something tells me Evil's going to pull his usual bullshit.
I know. And that's pretty much a problem.
I'm really hoping that 4th of July weekend, House of Torture lose the never openweight 6-man tag titles because Dick Togo's trapped in a dog cage. Compliments of Toru Yano. David Finlay against Juice Robinson. I think this is the match that closes out the first night in Corkin.
I vote for the Juice.
I'll go Rock Hard as well.
I figured you would go Rock Hard. Who's next?
July 27th in Corkin Hall. Let's see what we got. Toru Yano against Fale. Yano's taking this one if he can piss Fale off enough.
Well, if he can do that, then that's a win on my book. I vote for Yano.
Goto versus Hanare. I'm actually going to give this one to Hanare.
I give it as well to Hanare.
Tomohiro Ishii against Tama Tonga. I'm going to go Tama.
I vote Ishii.
I don't want to give Ishii too many wins.
Why? You want him to at least lose somewhat?
What?
Why? You want him to lose somewhat?
Make it more believable, yes.
Go Fig.
Ospreay versus Yujiro. This one's going Ospreay.
Going Ospreay.
Especially if the United Empire shows up as backup.
That might not end well. If he brings in backup, this might be a disadvantage.
Well, here's the thing. The United Empire will only interfere when it's necessary on each other's behalves. And a match against Yujiro would be somewhat necessary since the House of Torture is constant in interference.
They always have it. Unless they can find a way to get them banned from ringside, and that would be a fair fight.
Well, that's why I'm saying Will mate, for as cocky as Will is, he's going to need to bring backup to even the playing field. Because if Yujiro brings the entire House of Torture out with him, Evil, Sho, Dick Togo, he's going to need Hanare, O'Khan, Cobb to balance it out. He's not going to have TJP. He's going to be doing New Japan Strong tapings, including one in my neck of the woods at the Grady Cole Center on the 24th. So I don't know what, and I don't even know if TJ's bringing his partner, Francesco Akira, who recently did capture the IWGP Junior Tag titles. Thank God. No more Team 6 or 9 ass antics with those belts. Anyway, July 30th in Aichi. Tom Lawler against Jonah.
Tom Lawler.
Same here. Sonata versus O'Khan.
Oh, that's a tough one. I would choose Sonata, but that would be too easy.
I'm going O'Khan. Next one I'm going to flip for. Tanahashi versus Zack Sabre Jr.
Tanahashi is on my vote.
I'm only flipping because, let's face it, they've traded tournament wins back and forth. Normally, Tana usually gets his butt kicked by Zack in the New Japan Cup, and he usually returns the favor in kind to Zack in the G1. I don't think that's going to be the case this year. Heads Tanahashi, tails Zack.
Tails,
I'm going Zack.
I'm going Tanahashi. This one's more or less a no-brainer from me.
Well, there was one time in the tournament Zack did beat Tanahashi, and that was his debut match on the first night in 2017.
That was so long ago. That was then, this is now.
Finally, David Finlay against Shingo. I'm going Shingo.
I also vote for Shingo.
Another match showing Aichi, July 31st.
Don't you mean July? Oh, wait, 31st? That one has like 5 matches.
Yeah. Kazuchika Okada against Bad Luck Fale. I'm going Okada.
I also go for Okada.
Jeff Cobb versus Lance Archer.
I go for Cobb.
Same here. Jay White against Chase Owens. Yeah, White's going to stomp Owens. No mercy, even for his brothers in Bullet Club.
I vote for Jay White. There must be retribution.
Tetsuya Naito against Evil.
Naito.
Sadly, I'm going to go Evil.
Why would you choose Evil?
Who knows Naito out of the House of Torture? Who knows Naito like the back of his hand better than Evil?
That's true.
Evil was the first recruit that Naito brought in to Los Ingobernables de Japón way back in 2015. Yoshihashi against Juice Robinson. I'm going Juice.
I'm got the juice. I'm voting that juice as well.
August 2nd in the Hamamatsu Arena in Shizuoka.
Another 5 matches. This is gonna get nuts.
Filthy Tom against Toru Yano.
I go with Filthy Tom Lawler.
Same here. Ishii against Okan. I've got Ishii.
Ishii versus Great Okan. I go for Ishii as well.
Tama Tonga versus Sonata. I'm going to go Sonata.
I go with Tama Tonga.
Hiroki Goto against Kenta.
I go for Hiroki Goto. You?
Kenta.
Go Fig.
I mean, look, I like Goto. It's just that the nearly man stench wafts on him like he went into a dumpster, or at times. David Finlay against Will Ospreay. We're going Ospreay.
I'm going Ospreay as well.
That's why I said we're going Ospreay.
Yeah, we are going Ospreay.
Next stop, Ehime. Jonah against Cobb. Oh, God. This is a hoss fight I was salivating for before when Jonah...
Matsuyama. Oh, this was going to be good.
Cobb, Jonah.
The toughie.
Tails again. I'm going Jonah.
I'm going Jeff. It could be anyone's game.
Taichi against Chase Owens. Last year, Owens got a lucky win over Taichi because his ribs were pretty banged up. Because Taichi's ribs were pretty banged up. This year, Taichi's going in fresh as a daisy.
I'm going in Taichi as well. There's no way he's going to pull the same thing twice.
Well, actually, the win due to the injury wasn't caused by Chase. It was caused by Evil in last year's G1.
Well, that gotta suck.
Tanahashi against Evil. I don't think the Young Lions are going to give Tanahashi much help. I'm going Evil.
I'm going Evil as well.
Fuck him to death.
Yes, indeed.
Tetsuya Naito versus Aaron Hanare. I'm going Naito.
I'm going Aaron.
Ooh. You're upset?
Maybe. Maybe an upset. Who knows?
Juice versus Yujiro. We're going Juice.
Yes, who got the juice?
Rock slide Yujiro's ass into oblivion, Juice. And maybe the fans will forgive you for joining Bullet Club.
What can you do? Now we reach August 6th in Osaka.
The Perfectual Gym, not the Joe Hall, but whatever.
Yeah, it still counts.
Yano against Archer. Oh, God.
Why? What's wrong?
Yano,
my vote's on Yano.
I'm just saying Yano might get himself killed. Because you know what Archer says? Everybody dies!
Oh, my God. That's going to be a disaster.
Granted, Archer has been outfoxed by Yano in the past, so I will go Yano.
Yep, agreed. I go Yano as well.
Great-O-Khan against Jay White. I'm going to go Switchblade.
I go with the Khan.
Goto versus ZSJ.
Oh man, that's gonna be a crazy match.
They've swapped wins in the tournament in the past. I think Goto has more wins over Zach. So I'll go with Goto.
I go with Goto as well.
Yoshihashi against Phantasmo. Let me put it like this. When it comes to the Chaos pecking order, Yoshihashi is borderline on the level that Yo is. He's somewhere between maggot and dirt.
Go fig.
As far as I'm concerned, his recent run that ended with the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team titles alongside Goto as the tag team Bishamon, that was his peak.
Indeed.
And for those who don't know what Bishamon is, it's the name of a Buddhist war god.
Yes.
I'm taking Phantasmo.
And I pretty much take Phantasmo as well.
Shingo versus Will. This one is a doozy. Anyone who saw their Dontaku match last year, or even their BOSJ 2019 match, know these two can always put on a clinic.
They always do put on a clinic, and I can't decide who will win. Truthfully, I can't.
Let me get a damn heads on this. Shingo, Ospreay. Finally got a head, so I'm going Shingo.
As will I. Now we reach August 7th.
Same venue, different cast. Okada against Jonah.
My money's on Jonah.
You think this is the first match Okada suffers an L?
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. I'll be back.
Okay.
All right, I'm back. Where were we?
Okada Jonah. You said you went Jonah?
Yeah, I did win Jonah.
So in your mind, this is the first match Okada gets L'd.
Yeah, pretty much. He probably won't be able to last that long. Because by this point in the tournament, everyone's going to be like worn down, being put to the brink.
True. But we know how infamous Okada's stamina is.
Yes, true.
I'm gonna go Jonah, but it's a very loose go with him.
That's fair.
Tom Lawler versus Bad Luck Vale.
I go with Lawler.
I'm going Fale. Bad Luck's beaten submission specialists before.
I see.
Ishii versus Chase. Yeah, this one's going Ishii.
As agreed.
Aaron Hanare against Evil. I'm going Evil.
Ah, yes. Evil is always a blissful thing.
Not.
Yes.
Juice Robinson against El Phantasmo.
I'm going for the Juice.
Same here.
And
Next
now we
up,
reach August 9th in Hiroshima.
the Sun Plaza.
Yeah, the Sun Plaza in Hiroshima.
And I think this is where 6 matches start popping up, or is it still 5?
Oh, it's still 5. Oh. It's not until the 16th where there's a whopping 8.
That's when the block action ends.
Yep.
Jonah against Lance Archer. We've got another Haas fight.
Yep, it is. My vote's on Yona.
I'm going Jonah as well. Tama Tonga against
choice.
Taichi. I'm going Tama. Especially if he pulls the crap he pulled last year when he was in Bullet Club, where he stole that iron glove, even though it's been long since retired.
Yes, I know.
I found that actually kind of funny last year.
I vote for Tama Tonga.
I don't know. Without Bullet Club backing, I'm going to go Taichi.
That's fair.
Sonata versus Chase Owens, I'm going Sonata.
As am I. I am also going with Sonata.
Kenta against Naito, that one's going to be a tricky one to pick.
Why is that?
They're pretty evenly matched. Both are riddled with injuries. I mean, Naito's coming back from having optic surgery done because he was suffering from double vision.
That's gotta suck.
He's also had numerous injuries to his knees, and throwing Kenta, who next week is going to be having his first set of matches back after Tanahashi basically brutalized him at Wrestle Kingdom, busting his nose, fracturing his orbital bone, cutting him up, and that was a match of Kenta's picking, no DQ.
That's painful. That is painful.
And busting up Kenta's hip.
This will be tough. I vote for Kenta.
Ooh, Mets took the lead on the Marlins 2-1.
That probably will not last.
Especially against Alcantara.
Yes, it is. So who's next?
Oh, who are we picking, Naito or Kenta?
I went for Kenta.
Oh, I'm going with El Ingobernable, Naito.
That's fair.
Yoshihashi against Yujiro. Please, Yoshi, this is the only win we're throwing you at match where we're throwing you a fucking bone. Beat this Tokyo skimp. Know what I mean? Don't be too surprised if Yujiro finds a way to cheat.
Yeah, it's not a matter of if, it's when.
August 10th. Okada against Filthy Tom. This is a dream match that a lot of wrestlers want to see. Fans want to see. To some extent.
Indeed.
Leader of Chaos against leader of Team Filthy.
I'd vote for Okada.
I'm going Okada as well. Okan versus Tama Tonga.
I vote for Tama Tonga.
I'm going Okan. Tanahashi versus Goto. We covered this in Dominion. Tanahashi.
Agreed. Tanahashi.
ZSJ versus Evil. If there's anyone who can beat Evil without having to resort to backup and use his wrestling skills to get away with it, it's Zack.
Yeah, I vote for Zack.
Same here. Finley against El Phantasmo, ELP.
Yep.
Especially since Finley's nothing like his old man. I mean, the past few years, David Finley Jr. or David Finley IV, which is his real name, he basically regulated himself to being a tag team wrestler. Know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
August 13th in the Machida Gymnasium. I've never heard of this venue.
Yeah, it's got a whopping 5 matches.
Toru Yano against Cobb. Cobb's giving Yano a tour of the islands.
Indeed.
White against Taichi. Breathe with the Switchblade. White's win this one.
Agreed.
Aaron Hanare versus Kenta. I am going Kenta.
I'm going Hanare.
Yoshihashi versus Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay.
Agreed. I vote for Ospreay as well.
Shingo Takagi against Yujiro Takahashi. Shingo needs to avenge the fact that Yujiro basically cost him a G1 final slot by forcing him to a draw in the final night of block action last year. I'm going to go Shingo.
I'm going to be going with Shingo as well.
The White Ring Gym in Nagano. Lawler versus Cobb. I think Lawler has a victory over Cobb in the 2021 New Japan Cup USA, which won him the inaugural Strong Openweight title. So I'm going to go with, based on that, I'm going to go with Filthy Tom.
I go with Filthy Tom as well.
Taichi versus Great Okan. I'm going to go Okan.
I go with Taichi.
Okay. Revenge match, Tanahashi versus Kenta. Vengeance is a dish best served cold. I'm going Kenta.
I go with Kenta as well.
Yoshihashi versus David Finley. I'll throw Finley a bone and give him a W here.
As will I. And now the big main event. The last 8 matches.
The last 8 matches of block. The meat and potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Okada. This match card will be determined based on rankings in the blocks. Okada versus Archer. I'm going Okada.
As will I.
Jonah versus Fale.
I vote for Jonah.
Same here. Ishii versus Sonata. I'm actually going to go Sonata on this one.
I will probably be the same way.
Jay White versus Tama Tonga. This is going to be my upset. Tama over the Switchblade.
I also go with Tama.
And if you're going to ask me why, it's simple. Regardless of what Jay does, if he makes the semifinal or not, should he lose, he's going to owe title shots to Tama and Ishii between the end of the G1 and Wrestle Kingdom. For Dom, I believe the Tama match is going to happen in Kobe on September the 25th, and the King of Pro Wrestling, he's going to face Ishii on October the 10th in Ryogoku. That makes sense?
Yes, it does.
Goto versus Evil. I'm taking Evil.
As will I, unfortunately.
Same here. Tetsuya Naito against Zack Sabre Jr. Naito wants his revenge, not just for Zack tearing his MCL meniscus in last year's tournament, but beating him in the New Japan Cup final this year. I'm going Naito.
Agreed.
Shingo Takagi versus El Phantasmo. I'm going Shingo.
As I will as well.
Will Ospreay versus Juice Robinson. I'm actually going to take Juice because this sets up Ospreay owing Juice a title shot, and then they can fight either at Destruction or King of Pro Wrestling or even at Power Struggle in Osaka on November the 6th, who truly deserves to be called the IWGP US Heavyweight Champion.
I also vote for the Juice.
Based on that story element alone?
Yeah, pretty much.
Now, if I'm doing the math correctly, A block winner, we have Okada, correct?
Correct.
B block, I think we either said Ishii or White.
Yeah.
But I think based on the tiebreaker, it would be Ishii, right?
Yep.
C block, I think we said either ZSJ or Evil, right?
Wow.
Which one did we say?
That's a tough one. Very, very tough.
I'm only saying it's one of those two because let's face it, every other guy in the C block is outside of Hinare, Evil, and Zack are 40 or older, and Hinare is a greenhorn.
Agreed.
So it's got to be between one of those two.
It has to be.
And I think we went Zack in this block.
Yep. My vote's on Zack.
And in the D block, we were tossed between Ospreay, Shingo, and Juice. I think we said Shingo.
Yeah, I did say Shingo.
Okay. Well, and now if it's that way to set up the semifinals, I'm going to say Okada beats Ishii because they're Chaos stablemates.
Yeah.
And Zack and Shingo beat Zack, and this sets up the rematch on the 18th from Wrestle Kingdom Night 1. So the question is who we give the match to. On paper, you would say give it to Okada and let him go back-to-back and win the tournament again, but that's redundant. Give it to Shingo because this is the last summer of his 30s.
True.
So if it comes down to those two, who do you go with?
That's tough. To be honest, I don't know. To be honest, I really don't know.
Damn it. Marlins tied it up
Yep.
on a ground out. Walker, where the hell's your pitch coordination tonight? Anyway, if I had to choose one of the two, sad to say, I'm going to play it safe and go Okada.
That's what I'll have to probably do too.
As much as I hate it.
Yep.
I mean, it makes sense to give Okada at least one win back over the Switchblade. Because let's face it, we all know he's not getting it on Sunday in that fatal 4-way.
I know.
I mean, seriously, though personally, I hate that it's a fatal 4-way. I would have preferred, or it would have been White going up against someone different, like, say, Jungle Boy, for example. I mean, sure, Jungle Boy's not going to win, but he would give it the plucky babyface shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, pretty bad that we have to pick the same guy to win it again for a second year in a row. I mean,
Indeed.
Last year it was a safe bet Okada would win, especially with how he tore it up in the block. This year, it's going to be a little more arduous for him to get to the title. But
what? Tell me.
He's got it's the most logical option for him to win it. I mean, then again, he's failed to repeat as G1 winner before. 2013 was actually his worst tournament. He finished 4-4-1 with 9 points. And then in 2016, the one chance he had, his final match was to win the block. He was up against Tanahashi, and up until the last 3 tournaments they faced each other, every match they had gone to a draw.
Wow, that sucks.
Because at that time, Okada and Tanahashi, outside of their first 2 matches in 2012, they couldn't finish a match within 30 minutes.
Wow, that sucks.
And remember, every match in the G1 has a 30-minute time limit.
And if you can't finish your match in 30 minutes, then what's the point?
You only get 1 point. That's what.
Exactly.
I was trying to make a pun. There, Jose.
I know.
Yeah, I suck at puns.
I know, but what can you do? So is that everything, or do we have to make one final prediction?
I think that's about everything. But who would be your sleeper pick?
Too tough to decide because all of them are all very talented and very good.
True.
That's too hard to decide, so I don't think there'll be a prediction on it from me.
Me neither. But we can agree that the C block will be the trickiest one to pick.
Yeah. I agree.
Mostly because it's probably the most balanced out of the blocks.
Yep, it is.
Whereas D block is too Bullet Club heavy. A block, in terms of weight, is too top heavy. And the B block is, in my opinion, despite the talent, just there, if you ask me.
Know
what I mean?
Yes.
I mean, personally, I think it would have been easier to do 2 blocks of 14. I mean, because you'd bloat the card with all tournament matches.
I know. It would bloat it way too much.
Or at the very... I mean, if there is one boon for those who are not in the tournament this year, it's at least Suzuki gets to tour the U.S. again.
Yep.
I mean, I saw him last year when he was down here.
Uh-huh.
He even signed the hat. Right here.
That's nice. That's nice.
They even have the match he had at my local promotion, PWX, on my YouTube channel if you want to watch it.
I'll watch it when I get a chance. Besides, I got to get moving anyway because I got something I need to take care of, something important.
All
Very
right.
important. But at least we now have good predictions on what's to come for this event.
Yep. We'll see you folks tomorrow night a little earlier than usual. Till then, leave a comment, smash the like, sub to our channels. Till tomorrow, we bid you adieu. So goodbye and good night.
Adieu.
Bang!